Hi there, this is savewith.crypto. I've just been watching this Coins Kid video here. He's got a great channel, by the way. He does really good TA on like Bitcoin and a few other altcoins and stuff like that. And today he was talking about BPro, which I've never heard of, to be honest. It's interesting that he was talking about this kind of wave formation here that might be happening. And I did notice that in my Ascendex account, it has got that coin in it, BPro. It's also in Qcoin as well, if you've got that exchange. But if you want to use Ascendex, there's a link for it down in the description below. But I just couldn't resist having a go at it, really. So what it seemed to have done, in my mind, it seems to have, in this massive triangle here on the kind of 1 day time frame, it's kind of just slightly broken out of there and it's come back, and I'm hoping it's testing this trend line as now support. So I'm hoping this is going to go up here, really. And, you know, Tom at Coins Kid, he was saying, you know, something like 29 cents or something, and it's at 0.004 now. So if that's the case, then I can't resist it, really. So I'm just going to come over to Ascendex and select the BPro USDT. And by the way, I cancelled my Bitcoin order from yesterday because it didn't go down that far. And I moved all my USDT back into my cash wallet rather than the futures wallet. And look, it's come back here, and it's just going to nudge that moving average there. But I don't know. I think I might just do a limit order for the whole lot and cross my fingers and hope it's all right. So there you go. So that order's set now. If that drops down to 46146, the order should fill. In fact, it's probably started to fill now already. So it looks like it's filling now. I did a limit order rather than a market order just to get the fees cheaper. So, you know, for the record, I mean, this is the account that I started off originally with like 500 USD, and then it ended up being a little bit less by the time I transferred it over to Ascendex. It was about 490 or something, and the current worth of it is 532. So I'm hoping to make this a lot more. So that's just a quick one about Ascendex and BPro. Okay, so I think my internet had a bit of a blip there, so I had to restart the router. But yeah, coming back to my wallet and then crypto assets, I can see here now that I've got $527 worth of BPro. For some reason, I've got a little tiny bit of like $1 worth of Shiba Inu. Where the hell have I got that from? I don't know. Anyway, so it's a tiny amount anyway. So yeah, the idea is to just keep an eye on BPro, and hopefully we'll see it sort of blast out like that. And if it really does go to 29 cents, you'd be talking like a 60x or something like that. So I think it's worth a little gamble. Yeah, why not? I mean, if it's down here now, I can't see why it won't go up to levels like it was before. You know, even at any doubles of value or something like that, I might just you know, use that just to sort of get me started with that $500 and see what I can do with it. Anyway, that's it for that. Anyway, so back to the Maiar Dex. There's a few questions here. Lee Boss says the fees for harvesting the staked ride is good, but it cost 70 cents to restake it. So I'm waiting until I have $15 to $20 worth before I restake the ride. Now, I kind of believed you yesterday or the day before. But however, today I noticed that the actual reinvest on that farm isn't that expensive. Hopefully I've got an example I can show you now. So look, if I come over to my meta-staking account, this is my larger account, and I expand that, I can see that here I've got some HODOOI earned there, like $12, 20 cents worth, and I can reinvest that. So if I do reinvest with that, so I'm going to reinvest 6.74 HODOOI, reinvest reward. So I'm reinvesting rather than restaking. This might be the way to go, really. And if I look on Maiar, I actually can't be asked to do a screenshot, but the network fee is 7 cents to do that. So I'm going to sign the transaction. Transaction signed. Yeah, so it's 7 cents to reinvest that. So I think that's probably might be the thing to do with your ride if you got it. A lot of people are asking about this meta-staked ride LK. farm here and saying that they didn't have it. Now that is because I staked the LP token. If you watch from some videos from about 2 or 3 days ago, you'll see where I did that. It's basically this farm here. If you got this farm kind of normally active, you can actually choose to metastake the LP. You don't have to withdraw it. You have to just go to metastaking, and then when you go to stake, you'll actually have the option kind of here. If you've got that LP tokens farm already, you'll see the option here, and that's how you get that second farm. Now I did want to talk about this comment here from the Rutes, who said, the worrying thing for me is not looking at the MEX USD chart, but looking at the MEX EGLD chart. It's gone down by 40% since January the 1st. So if you're in a EGLD MEX LP pool, you'll be down a significant amount versus your original EGLD position, not even accounting for the full market crash. Does that outweigh the great APR you're getting on MEX? What will the price drop between EGLD MEX be in 1 year's time? When we can unlock the MEX? Could it be down 100% or more? So would your eGold MEX equivalent be reduced to half its value if eGold gets back to over 400, where it would have been better to simply stake your eGold? Okay, right. I obviously can't give financial advice at all for this. That said, let's just look at the chart they're talking about. Well, okay, so I mean, this chart looks complete pants, doesn't it? But I mean, this is because, eGold is really incredibly useful. It's very sought after. It's been plugged by all YouTubers like, that Martini guy, Crypto, all those sort of people. They all think it's amazing. Nobody really talks about MEX because it's so new, and you can't just go to Coinbase or somewhere like that and buy MEX. You can't go anywhere. The only way you can get MEX is by swapping eGold for it on the Maiar Dex, and that's just us doing that. So at the moment, MEX is really undiscovered, and this is all part of the plan. Do take a look at that article called the MEX Tokenomics and Compelling something by Lucian Tadea, and it's a complicated read, but it does explain what's going on, and it's quite clever what they're doing with MEX, and this is nothing to worry about. And if you think this is going to go down to 0 or something like that, it's not. I just don't think that's going to happen. The whole of the Maiar Auron ecosystem is just so cool. It really is. It's going to do great, honestly. And, what we're talking about, a token that's 5 months old? I mean, this could be looking at something like BNB down here, back in 2017, or even as late as 2020. And, this is what happened. It's going to be like that. I'm sure it is. Maybe not quite as explosive as BNB, but it's going to be phenomenal. So the question is, would it have been better off to just stake eGold? Well, maybe, but everything in crypto is a bit of a gamble, isn't it? You can go for a safe option and get a nice return, or you can go for a sort of less safe option and hopefully get amazing returns. And I like to do things sort of in between. Now, there was another question that I was going to answer, and at the moment I can't find a comment, but I think, as I remember, I think the viewer had a farm setup similar to mine, where they had the usual kind of eGold and locked MEX farm, but they also had some unlocked MEX and eGold in a farm as well. And I think what the question was should they swap the MEX for eGold, or I think it might have even been RIDE, and then either add it to this farm here to increase the LP size, or put it into RIDE or something like that. I think that was the question. If I've got that wrong, please do leave a comment again below, and I'll try and answer it properly. Now, so a lot of people have asked this before, and they're wondering why I've still got unlocked MEX in this farm. The reason is I created the MEX from some eGold back in November, and I also got some from the airdrop last April, like almost a year ago. And I decided that I was going to keep it as unlocked MEX. The reason being, there is a possibility if MEX gets listed on an exchange or something like that, then the price could go crazy. I mean, if it was to do something like like a 30x or something like that, then I've got quite a big chunk there. So I might want to, at that point, maybe take apart this LP farm and swap the MEX into something else. Now, obviously, if it was LK MEX, I wouldn't be able to do that. And if I'd already turned it into like eGold or Ride, then they might not necessarily do that, So I still think MEX is going to be a big deal. So for that reason, I'm keeping my MEX that I've got already as unlocked MEX. I'm keeping that unlocked and just using it in this farm here. The question was, should I do that? And I'm not going to give advice, but I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my unlocked MEX unlocked. Okay, I hope that's clear. Anyway, so since yesterday, I did notice that in my watch list on TradingView, if I sort them by percentage change, I can see quite nicely that the BPro I was talking about at the start of the video is now up 12%. What I'm also very pleased about is this HODOOI, which is something that Martini guy mentioned a while ago. And I bought about $500 of it down here, and it's worth about $750 today, so that's quite cool. So it's worth keeping an eye on these little altcoins, because it can be quite nice just to do a little swing trade with them. My HODOOI, I've got that in my crypto.com app, and I bought it on the crypto.com exchange. If you need a link for that, it's in the description down below. And if you upgrade to one of their cards, like the red one, you get $25 worth of CRO for free, and so do I, which is really cool. If you don't use my link, you don't get anything, so use my link in the description. Okay, right, enough of that. Do give the video a like, leave a nice comment, make sure you subscribe, tick the notification bell, and above all, tell your friends.